If Earth had a different surface, the evolution of life on alien terrains. What if Earth wasn't Earth? Take a moment and look down at the ground beneath your feet. Feels solid, right? But what if it wasn't? What if Earth had a surface so radically different that life itself had to completely reimagine its form? What if the planet was covered in metal instead of soil? What if the entire surface was one giant ocean of gelatin? What if the Earth had no solid ground at all, only endless atmosphere? Would life even be possible? And if so, what would it look like, act like, and evolve into? Get ready, we're about to explore the most extreme versions of Earth ever imagined. 1. A metallic Earth, a planet of living machines. Imagine waking up in a world where the ground beneath you isn't soil, it's solid metal. Instead of forests, vast fields of titanium spires rise like frozen lightning bolts. Instead of rivers, liquid mercury flows through deep metallic canyons. Could life still exist here? Absolutely, but it wouldn't be anything like what we know. How would evolution adapt? 1. Biometallic life. Instead of carbon-based biology, organisms might evolve metallic skeletons using iron, nickel, and even titanium as structural support. 2. Electromagnetic predators. Creatures might develop electromagnetic senses, detecting prey through electrical signals rather than sight or smell. 3. Plasma-based organisms. Instead of relying on oxygen, some creatures might harness plasma reactions, essentially living as natural fusion reactors. Example species: Titan stalkers, gigantic, four-legged creatures with liquid metal circulatory systems and armor like iron plating. Plasma rays, floating, manta ray-like beings that use controlled electromagnetic pulses to stun prey. Neon shifters, bioluminescent predators that use shimmering magnetic fields to blend into the metallic environment. Would you survive on a world like this? Or would evolution leave you behind? Tell us in the comments. 2. A crystal Earth, the world of living glass. Now, imagine a world where everything is transparent, mountains, trees, even the creatures themselves. A planet covered in living glass would be one of the strangest and deadliest places imaginable. How would evolution adapt? 1. Invisibility as survival. Predators and prey alike might evolve transparency, making them nearly impossible to see. 2. Fractal-based growth. Instead of soft organic tissue, creatures might grow through crystalline fractal patterns, regenerating like self-repairing glass. 3. Light manipulation. Some species might develop prism-like structures to bend and control light, using it for camouflage or even hunting. Example species: spectral stalkers, wolf-like predators invisible in daylight, only visible through heat distortions. Shard sprinters, ultra-fast creatures with razor-sharp crystalline exoskeletons cutting through prey with ease. Solar reapers, organisms that feed on concentrated sunlight, absorbing and releasing it as bursts of energy. Would you want to live in a world where you never know if something is watching you because you can't see it? Comment below. 3. A gelatinous Earth, the world of living slime. Let's get really weird. What if Earth had no solid ground at all? What if the entire planet was a vast, undulating ocean of gel? A gelatinous Earth would completely rewrite the rules of evolution. How would evolution adapt? 1. Floating ecosystems. Life would need to drift on the surface, evolving balloon-like bladders or wing-like structures to stay afloat. 2. Absorptive predation. Instead of eating in a traditional way, some creatures might dissolve their prey by engulfing them like living amoebas. 3. Shape-shifting organisms. With no solid bones, some creatures might change their form at will, adapting instantly to their environment. Example species: jelly drifters, floating, translucent creatures that capture food by creating vacuum-like suction currents. Goo predators, huge, blob-like hunters that ooze across the gelatinous surface, dissolving anything they touch. Wave stalkers, fast-moving, tentacled creatures that use vibrations in the gel to sense and hunt their prey. Would you walk, swim, or sink in a world like this? Tell us your theory. 4. A gas planet, when there's no ground at all. Now, let's take it even further. What if Earth had no solid surface at all, only an endless atmosphere? Creatures here would never land, never walk, they would float, glide, and drift for their entire existence. How would evolution adapt? 1. Winged cities. Giant, balloon-like plants would float at different levels of the atmosphere, creating an entire airborne ecosystem. 2. Jet-powered organisms. Creatures might develop internal gas chambers, allowing them to control their buoyancy like submarines. 3. Bone-free evolution. Without gravity's pressure, life might become fluid, amorphous, and shape-shifting. Example species: cloud leviathans, massive, whale-like creatures that glide effortlessly through the sky. Storm flyers, bird-like predators that use hurricane winds to travel across the planet. Gas bloomers, huge, plant-like organisms that generate their own lifting gases, floating across the atmosphere like islands. Could an intelligent civilization evolve in a world with no ground? Tell us what you think. Final chapter, the ultimate Earth, which one would you choose? We just completely rewrote Earth's surface, and in doing so, we created entirely new forms of life. Now it's your turn. Which version of Earth would you want to explore? Which ecosystem do you think is the most terrifying? Or do you have your own insane idea for an alternate Earth? Fire hit like if your mind is blown. Memo comment your wildest theory below. They'll subscribe for more mind-bending science. This isn't just imagination, this is the future of discovering new worlds.